Hello there everybody, welcome to a new video with me, Kai McTrash. Today is my very belated Halloween picture, second one, where I have my early antagonists dressed as the main cast of, what you call it, Neon Genesis Evangelion, based off this image that I'll put up now. And it was a lot of fun actually. I did need some help with the poses, which you saw with my 3D models from, well, the 3D models I used. I did not make any of that. I don't know how to do that yet. One day I will. But it was partly because like these characters have very different anatomy from the Evangelion characters, because the three that these characters dressing up as are like physically meant to be like 14 in Rei's case, and Shinji I think is about the same age, and these characters are like in their sort of mid to late 20s, early 30s kind of grouping, this gang. So they've got a little bit more body shape differences than other redraws that I've done, but it made it interesting, especially our centre character Cyan as Shinji, because obviously Shinji is a skinny little rake, and Cyan has got to that age where he started gaining weight easier than he did when he was a teenager, and doesn't really care to try and lose it, as it's not really causing him any problems. It probably would in the world of Neon Genesis Evangelion, but the world he's in, it's fine, he's cool, it's all good. As well, Asuka being played by my character Dylan. Dylan is meant to be a very tall, quite busty, large hipped, thick lady. But I would say that Sophia as Rei does actually quite go well, especially with the blue theming to a lot of Sophia's design going with the blue theming of Rei, and I think that also made the suit work quite well with her. I don't know how happy I am with how the colours of the suit worked for Dylan, but I'm kind of now so far in English drawing that I don't want to go back and do anything else. Maybe at most I want to put in like little, you know, fuzzy retro anime filter, but I might not even bother doing that because this took a whole month, and it was just really difficult to get myself to do anything all the time. Obviously the cold's got me sore, but just struggling to have a lot of hope. And every time I do have hope in something, it seems to collapse in a bunch of infighting. So it's been a year. It's been a tough ass year, but we're all still here, so that's a lot more than what other people have. That sounds so serious. I don't mean to. I'm just a major buzzkill, like, for real. I used to be a major buzzkill just by being like loud and annoying, but now it's just being depressing and thinking about the darkest things and having to absolutely battle not to verbalise them to everyone around me. And I guess that is kind of NGE like. It is a show about mental unwellness, but yeah, I did find it really interesting. I started looking up because someone was asking, after like seeing some of my characters and hearing some of the plot points, if I had watched the show and if it was an inspiration. The answer was no. Now, I haven't watched the show, but I've watched everything about it. I've had a whole thing explained to me. I do plan to watch the anime. I just think I'd find it more enjoyable this way than the way it seems to go, because I have really poor attention span, and you know, there's a lot of movies in that series. Like, I say series as if it's just like one series. I mean like the series is a franchise, but I do think it actually has a lot more highs than lows. I thought it was going to be like massively overrated, but actually I do think it's a pretty interesting story, and it was really fun to try and make something to represent that, which these characters having a good time. Yeah, I like how it ended up coming out. I tried to stick to the shading from the actual art just to give it more of that feel and not make it too much like mine's, but there was basically no shading on Rei whatsoever, so I kind of didn't want to leave Sophia with zero shading, and so she got it, and I had to kind of improvise that. I think other than the shiny metal bits on her outfit, Rei's art for this has no shine. It's very strange, very little shading too, but hey, I didn't make this, maybe the person has the reasons. Let me know what you think of my redraw in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, bye!